Today I'll be run testing the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 24. And I've been running in Brooks since I got serious about running. So my first marathon was run in Brooks, and I found that I could finally run long when I started running in Brooks. So I've gotten them every year after I first started wearing them, which was, I think, about Brooks probably 16, and now I'm got the 24s, and I'm gonna try them out today. I actually think I skipped 1 year, might have been last year, because everyone keeps saying that the Brooks the foam was outdated, but now they have a new DNA loft, nitrogen injected. In fact, you can even see the little injection holes. Isn't that funny? So we'll talk more about the specs on these after my run, but I'm gonna do about a 4-mile, 5-mile run. We'll see, depending on the weather. It's so cold out there. So I'll give them a try and see how I like them. I got them for Christmas. I like the looks of them. They match my outfit. All right, I'll see you on the run.
I got nothing to say.
All right, so I completed my, it's about a 1.5 mile warm up, and pretty soon I'm gonna do what's called an assessment run. My training program has me do an assessment run once in a while just to see, where I'm at. And although these aren't probably the best shoe to get a gauge of where I'm at, but it's it's actually the shoe I wore for many 5Ks, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how fast I can make them go now that I've been wearing all these super shoes and much lighter shoes. So we'll see how they go. Anyways, my first impression is, I definitely feel the change in the weight. It's a little lighter. It's about 0.4 ounces lighter, which is actually much nicer. And then it is the foam is much more responsive. I can tell that there's something definitely different about the foam, and I like them. I feel there's a springiness. I feel like it kind of just like pushes me forward. So much better than the last foam that was quite outdated. All right, I will do my assessment run, and I will check back with you and let you know how fast I was able to get my legs going. All right, see you soon. All right, everyone, I just completed 1.99 miles, or 2 miles of extreme. So run as fast as you can in not my tempo shoes for sure. So the Adrenaline, the Brooks Adrenaline GTS are stability shoes, and my initial assessment when I went to the shoe store was to get stability shoes because right away they picked up on my pronation of my right foot, or my right leg. It's really, I think it's my knee, kind of goes in mechanically. That's how I'm designed. As much as I try not to do it, it happens. Anyways, so I got my legs going pretty fast though. I was doing about a 7:31 pace for the first, I don't know what the second mile was. I'll have to check it out when I get home. I'll let you know, but I think it was pretty close. I imagine might have even been a little faster, but I just wanted to get it over with because it's really cold out here. The wind is whipping. I swear, how usually you get the wind at your back for one leg when you're on a track. Well, I felt like the wind was on my back for about maybe like a quarter of the track, so it was a little weird. Anyways, it still went well. Like I said, these were my initial shoes. I wore them all the time, so I wore them for 5Ks and 10Ks and half marathons and marathons for years. I did that, but yeah, I definitely feel the difference on these new ones, and I like them, and I will undoubtedly put them into my shoe rotation not for tempo runs, not for races, but for easy runs and recovery runs, because they have the stability, so it'll give me that for at least part of the week. All right, I'll see you at home, and I'll give you the specifications on the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 24. All right, see you soon. Okay, I'm back. You're gonna laugh at me, but I actually did 6 miles instead of the 4 that I told you I was gonna do. Anyways, I am correct. I did not have a pair of the Brooks Adrenaline GTS last year, which would have been the 23s. I never got them, so I don't know too much about the difference. I did get the 22s. Why did I get the 22s? You can guess it. If you know me, you know why I got the 22s, because they're cute as ever. Sometimes, this is what Brooks does notoriously, because, you know, I've known them for many years. They come out with some kind of boring colors. Well, this isn't too bad, but kind of boring. And then a few months later, after they see that everyone really likes their shoes, they design some shoes that you can't resist. And that's what happened with these. I honestly couldn't resist them, although I barely ever wore them. I mean, you can tell by the by the outsole that I did not wear these shoes much at all. I wore them when I had a cute little pink outfit on and I wanted to spruce it up, and I wore them for walking, not much for running. I did not like running in them. They felt very heavy. Like I said, the foam was outdated, and you could tell compared to all the other foams out there that it was just rock hard and not doing anything for your run. So I guess compared to the old ones, they were fine, but compared to what else is out there, Brooks needed to step up their game, and they did. These are quite nice. The DNA Loft nitrogen infused foam is very responsive. It's cushy, and it just it feels great. You know, you feel like you're moving forward and being pushed forward, and I don't know if it was the wind or the shoes, but I'm pretty sure it was the shoes. So I ended up doing an assessment run, which is part of my training program, and I didn't really know it was going to be 6 miles, but it ended up being 6 miles with all of the all the warm up and the cool down. So the assessment itself was about 2 miles, and I did it at a 7:30 pace, which, as you know, that's pretty close to my 5K pace. So it's not that bad for not a racing shoe. This is definitely a shoe for long runs, for recovery runs, for easy runs, but not for tempo, not for racing, because it is still a little on the heavy side. It did lighten up a bit, though. It was about 9.2 ounces in an 8.5. This is actually a 9. Now it's 8.8 ounces in an 8.5. Like I said, a little heavier on mine because this is a 9. It has stability, as I said before. It has guide rails. So the guide rails help create a stability for your foot so that you run forward instead of pronating in or out. So, and it does do that. It's got incredible stability. So what I will use them for is I will use them when I need a little bit of stability, when I'm saying, oh, I'm kind of tired today, and you know, I need to do a few miles, or even a long run. I need to do a long run, but I'm really tired. And I'm going to use these because I just need the extra stability that it has. I can't tell you too much about the outsole other than it doesn't look too much different than 2 years ago. So their outsoles were always incredible. They're probably a little heavier, but they were always great. I ran my first marathon, New Jersey Marathon, in the pouring rain in a pair of Brooks Adrenaline, and they just held really great to the ground. They were also very good in terms of keeping my feet dry, even though they're not waterproof. They actually did I saw a weatherized version of them last year, so maybe they have one this year. I'm not sure yet, but if it comes out, I may consider it, because I do like to have a weatherized shoe just in case it's going to rain. And the heel is a 36-inch stack height heel, and with a 12 millimeter drop. And I think that actually is what, if you ask me why did you switch to other shoes, I think that was primarily the reason, because what happened is I incidentally tried a different shoe, which was a Hoka, I think it was a Mach 4, and I tried them, and it had a much less of a drop, I think 5 millimeter, 6 millimeter drop. I'm not sure exactly, but it was either 5 or 6. And I didn't really love the shoe, but what happened is some of the issues that I had with my hamstrings started to get better, and I started to wonder, is that because of the millimeter drop change, not having such a high stack height and millimeter drop. So I decided maybe, and that's when I started changing up my shoes and using, different shoes on different days, and, some with 12 millimeters, some with 10, 8, 5, whatever, you kind of go up and down and you change it up, and it just uses different parts of your legs and different parts of your muscles, and it just gives you a different workout. So it's been really helpful for me and has prevented injuries pretty much since I've been doing that. So I will continue doing that. Anyways, so that's my take on these. I will be wearing these more, and I will get to know them better, and I'll let you know on my N of 1 how I like them. See you soon.